What's going on? It's your boy Midas. Make sure you put a king in front of that. So I want to talk about this issue that I came across, and it's 60,000 real estate agents have left the industry. So I want to read this article by Axios, written by Nathan Bomi. I apologize if I said that wrong. But he talks a little bit about uh, things that have happened, you know, from past to now, since the pandemic and things of that nature. And then I also had spoken to some real estate agents as well. So I have some real estate agent buddies, and I picked their brain a little bit to try to gain an understanding as well. So I came up with, out of those conversations, I had about three conversations. And out of those conversations, I narrowed down to like the seven that I thought was kind of like unanimous across the board as to what they were saying. So look, these are kind of more of like tips, advice, what I'm saying, for those that's in the real estate industry, but they can help you, what I'm saying, along the journey so you won't be part of this 60 that left, So let's go ahead and get started. So, okay, the article, and again, like, what I'm saying, any article that I read, I will post a link. So I will post this link in the description. So it says realtor boom ends as market slumps. Mm. Tens of thousands of real estate agents are giving up on the profession, thinning their pandemic era ranks as the housing market comes back to earth. Why it matters. Realtors are on the ground floor of the real estate market, making them well positioned to notice when it's cooling off, thus providing less opportunity to cash in on. By the numbers, more than 60,000 have exited the sector over the last 6 months, according to data from the National Association of Realtors analyzed by Reventure Consulting. There were about 1.5 million in April, down from the all time high of 1.6 million in October. The big picture: Americans embrace home selling jobs as soon as the pandemic began, powered by soaring prices and sales. The number of realtors went from 1.3 million in March 2020 to 1.4 million in March 2021 and 1.5 million in March 2022. Historically, anytime home prices really go up, realtors flood into the market. Reventure Consulting CEO Nick, I want to say that's Jurley, tells Axios. Lots of people view it as a way to make money and often a quick buck off the housing boom. Okay, sales of existing single family homes fell 42% from their peaked 6.66 million in January 2021 to 3.8 million in April 2023. That's a big drop, man. That's a big drop. All right, median prices declined by 4.1% or $17,603 from April 2022 to April 2023, marking the biggest drop on record in dollar terms and the largest decline since January 2012 in percentage terms. So it hit two buckets. It hit two buckets. So you looking at pretty much almost a $18,000 drop in what the houses they were able to cash out on in. All right. With 30-year fixed mortgage rates, with 30-year fixed rate mortgage interest rates briefly topping 7% on average in late 2022 and remaining above 6% in 2023, some prospective buyers have been priced out of the market. So the interest is too high. Realtors can't make as much money anymore. Jurley says, I believe that's Jurley. All right. If I said that wrong, reach out to me so I can say it right. We're in the initial stages of realtors quitting. The other side, the number of real estate agents is still near its historical high, and the housing market has remained resilient despite falling sales and prices in certain markets. The NAR noted in a statement that the number reached the highest ever recorded in late 2022, but the organization did not address the decline in recent months. NAR added that it does not track realtor commissions, but said compensation is always negotiable and consumers are encouraged to talk to their broker to understand and agree upon how they expect to be compensated. The bottom line, as the housing market booms, so does real estate profession, and the reverse is also true. That's the article. Okay. So uh upon speaking with my buddies here, so like I said, out of the conversations that I had, I picked about seven that I thought was again pretty much what they all said. Okay. They all said slightly different stuff, but I took away what they all pretty much had in alignment with each other. Okay. Number one, they said that you need to work with sellers versus working with buyers. And the reason that they said that is because on average, it takes a buyer at least 10 weeks before actually buying the house. What you need to do more of is focus on getting listings and make sure that those listings are priced well and they will automatically attract your buyers. Okay. Number two, they said that a lot of agents are getting caught up doing a lot of busy work that make absolutely no money. Okay. They said that you can get caught up doing a massive amount of work, doing 10, 12-hour days, working 6, 7 days a week, and not sell a single house that whole week. You need to figure out what are the actual necessity things that you need to accomplish and trash everything else. Stop focusing on busy work and it gets you nowhere. Okay. Number three, they said that you need to stop asking seller and buyers useless questions because it turns them off. Okay. They said you need to use a powerful script that will lead you to a listing with the seller. Okay. And that was their emphasis. Their emphasis was you need to focus on the seller. Okay. That's not to diminish the buyer. That's not to say that the buyer is less, worth less, anything like that. But they said that if you have nothing to sell, why are you attracting a buyer? So that was their emphasis. You need to get the listings. Focus on the listings. Okay. Number four, they said that you need to stop getting leads. Okay. I don't know if and I meant to ask them, are these leads paid for? Are these word of mouth or whatever? My bad on my due diligence on that. But they just simply said, stop getting leads. Okay. You can insert whatever you think that is here, whether it's paid for, word of mouth, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Agents have a misconception of the more leads I have, the more money I'll make. And that's false. Okay. They said it all boils down to having a greatly priced listing. Okay. They said having a lot of leads doesn't do anything, but just lead to a lot of headache. It's a big headache to deal with because you got to, siphon through and cycle through all these different people and try to pinpoint, a listing and all that. So All right, number 5, they said that you need to stop previewing the properties. Stop previewing properties, and they said that's two things. One, uh, stop going out to look at a property if that person is not absolutely ready to sell. And two, you need to set appointments. And this is more for like other people coming to preview a listing that you have. You need to set an appointment. You need to set a specific date between a time range or a time frame of when people can come look at this house or look at this property. Okay. They said that what you're going to do is somebody's going to call you, then you're going to go show them the house. Then the second person's going to call you, and you're going to go show them the house. Then the third person's going to call you, then you're going to show them the house, and so on and so forth. And they said that by the time you done showed the house, 10, 15 times, when you could have just had one specific date between a specific time. And if they make it, they make it. If they don't, they don't. Okay. That's going to free up a lot of time for you. You're going to be able to open yourself up to work with more buyers. You're going to open yourself up to work with more sellers. And it's less headache for you. It's less stressful for you. You know, mileage and all that, whatever you want to add to that. It's more manageable for you to do it that way. Okay. You won't get frustrated. All right. Number 6. And this is where they started kind of getting a little bit more personal. Okay. Number 6, you need to stop being negative about yourself. Okay. They say that you need to keep going and you need to be persistent. Okay. You'll eventually sell a house. They said using phrases like I can't or I'm not smart enough. You're right. You're never going to sell a house that way. You know what I'm saying? You have to stay in a positive state of mind. You got to stay hustling, stay consistent, stay grinding, but do it intelligently. Work smart. You know what I'm saying? Definitely work smart. Put the pieces of the puzzle together, but don't overdo it. Don't overwork yourself. Don't burn yourself out because, again, you're going to end up being part of this 60,000, you know. All right. Last, and this is very important, at least to me, I feel this is very important. They said stop spending time with negative people, okay? Stop being around people that's going to rain on your parade. You know, and that really, struck a chord because it's like, think about that. You around negative people. Oh man, you ain't sold a house yet. Oh, you lost that listing. You this, you that, you blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And then the reality of it is they're not doing a thing. They're not contributing to, maybe giving you a possible lead of someone that would buy a listing that you have or anything. You know what I'm saying? So you want to stay away from people like that. And then that even stems outside of, being a real estate agent. That's just life in general. You have people that take it upon themselves to dedicate some negative energy to you. They always, always take it upon themselves to go to the max, to go to the most negative extreme of scenarios to rain on your parade, to try to bring you down, to try to, knock you off your square, or insert whatever here. Anything negative poured towards you, so you definitely want to stay away from individuals like that don't bring no type of positivity at all. Hey man, don't worry about it. It's going to happen. You got to keep grinding, got to keep going, especially when you're trying to sell your first one. You're not going to hit it out the park, on your first one out. And if you do, fantastic. You know, luck was on your side or somebody prayed for you, insert whatever here. But if you knocked it out the park, your first time out, fantastic, and that right there, that's definitely a big motivational boost. But being around individuals that's just going to drag you down and just shoot darts at you. And what's so crazy about it is you'll be doing better than them. You may not have sold a house yet, but you still doing better than them. You know, they still working that dreadful job that they keep crying and complaining about. They keep saying that they want to do this and do that. Nothing ever comes to fruition. You know, they had all these business ideas. They had all these plans and trying to do this and do that and blah, 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 blah. But yet here you are, you know, you out here grinding. You got your real estate L's, your license, and you out here trying to pursue a dream or turn this into a for real career and thrive. You know, so don't think that because you ain't sold your house yet that you ain't winning. The fact that you getting into the fight and trying to do something, trying to build something, man, you winning right there. Okay. So that's all I got for you, man. This kind of really, you know what I'm saying, struck my attention. I wanted to bring it forth. And like I said, I spoke to a couple agents about this because I wanted to come with actual factual information. Um, I found this article. So the article was backed by me actually speaking to my friends that's in the field, that's in the game. Uh, and this is what I got for you. So hopefully this helps you. Hopefully this is a pick me up for you. You know what I'm saying? But get out there. Don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Sell a house, man. Let's go.